Mic check 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me loud and clear? All right, check this out. We haven't done this in a minute. We're going to get on with a couple of positive affirmations before we get into the countdown. Positive affirmation number 1. Say it with me, y'all. Whatever I'm lacking, abundance will fulfill my life. Abundance will fulfill my life. Anything that you are short of, we are affirming that it will come into your life. And the second one is we are going to have a blessed live stream. One more again, we are going to have a very blessed live stream. So without further ado, we're going to get into our countdown before we kick this evening's live stream off. So let's do it.
Good evening and welcome to W.A.W Wednesday. Until the event begins, embrace the sounds from the Vegaverse and enjoy the rest of this live stream. How you feeling out there? Allentown, Pennsylvania, we about to get down here tonight with another episode of W.A.W. Something we haven't done in a long time is have a warm-up session before we go right into our festivities. And to tell you the truth, I kind of miss it. A little bit of reminiscent of my old school DJing days, you know what I mean? Something to set the mood before the frequency is amplified up here. Yeah. Never been to Allentown, but this is definitely a beautiful view of the city. Before we begin,
ladies and gentlemen, the lights are up. The crowd is live. Welcome to the battlefield of legends. This frequency. Pro Brooklyn.
Frequency. Welcome to the battleground. This is Frequency Pro Wrestling. And tonight, ain't no peace, ain't no mercy.
Great awakening, and welcome to the dopest E-Fed on the planet with your host, Vic Vega.
Welcome into episode 18 of W.A.W, where it's going down live and direct from Allentown. I am Vic Vega, your hospitable host, and in our main event tonight, we have a clash right out of the ISIS Elementals Championship Division as Jay Quinn takes on Mariska and Zayna in a triple threat elimination style matchup. Also in our mid card, we have ourselves a number one contenders bout out of the Fighting Furies Championship Division as the captains have a go at it so they can have their shot at the Fighting Furies Championship at our month ender, the Broadway Beatdown. Hornets and Tangy are set to duke it out. And in our opening bout, we get to see how good the Brotherhood Championships look around the waist of our favorite dating coaches. Yes, Eye Candy to kick it off here in matchup number one. So enough of my yapping. Let's get on with the scrapping so we can all bear witness to what is about to happen. In other words, Cletus, take the wheel. Alright, y'all, we kicking this one off with our dating coaches. And ladies, I done tried to told ya, keep your composure when these gentlemen make their way to the ring.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 470 pounds, the Extreme Alliance Zone Tag Team Champions, the Chick Magnets.
Eye Candy coming up into the building at 19 wins and 18 losses. And last week, if you saw Ladder Madness, you saw them being crowned our brand new Brotherhood Tag Team Champions, snatching the reins away from the Atari Brothers and denying the opportunity to Unique Threads. T-Ron Lovelady and Champ McLovin are dating coaches. And they can teach you how to be a high-value man for $599.99.
And their opponents at a combined weight of 444 pounds, the Thrill Seekers.
The Techno Jackson team up, Technoid and T-Jackson last time they were in the ring. They were competing to be in that matchup at Ladder Madness, and they fell a tad bit short. You saw them being absolutely eliminated by Champ. 15 wins and 10 losses. These gentlemen are former two-time tag team champions themselves back in the day when we had the Call Valley Tag Team Championships on our brand. Veterans of the division. And they're the first ones to take a crack at the brand new, or should I say recently crowned champions, Eye Candy. Are they gonna get the win here today? Let's check it out and see. As the bell tolls, Champ and T-Jax are the first for their teams. And Snake Eyes is handed to Champ McLovin. The ladies are going to be a tad bit upset if you damage that handsome face of Champ McLovin. T-Jax and Technoid have an opportunity to prove that they are worthy of a title shot if they defeat the champions here on their first go-around. Champ McLovin breaking his way out of a lengthy attack from T-Jax and now giving him a bit of offense of his own. German suplex to T-Jax as Champ has flipped on the switch and is currently giving him the business, awaiting a tag in or a potential tag in to his partner, or his partner T-Ron to come into the fold. Working him to death in the enemy corner. And it looks like it is an isolation strategy as he hits T-Jax with a released German suplex. And T-Jax is wishing that somehow he can flip this and get a tag to Technoid. Champ taking his time with him and back into the corner of Eye Candy. But instead of tagging in T-Ron, Champ continues to dish out punishment to T-Jax. Both of those fine-looking gentlemen looking like two Ted DiBiase's as the pinfall attempt broken up by Technoid. And now we get a look at T-Ron Lovelady, who goes directly for Technoid and spears him off of the apron. And is now focusing in on T-Jax, maybe licking up the scraps from his buddy, putting a beat down on Champ. But instead, T-Jax gets a second win. Maybe the presence of T-Ron in the ring has amped him up, because he's definitely on the offensive. No sign of Technoid into the match yet. And it might be a grave mistake by T-Jax as T-Ron, the former Manhood champion, goes to work. One count on the pinfall here in our opening bout. Stick around, party people, because we have a plethora of talent on the board here tonight in good old Allentown, Pennsylvania. Not far from Pittsburgh, huh? I don't know anything about PA except for the Steelers and the Eagles and the Philadelphia Phillies. This one has spilled to the outside, and the audience gets an up close and personal view of their hero, T-Ron, being taken to school. As T-Jack's back into the ring, and Technoid, instead of standing on the apron and getting tagged in, he throws T-Ron back into the action for his partner. A reversal of fortune. And now T-Ron with a have-a suplex on T-Jax. T-Jax definitely in the ring way too long to try to get a victory on either one of Eye Candy. Drastically needing to tag in his partner, but instead it looks like the Eye Candy strategy is isolate to eliminate. That is the mind state with these two. Now T-Ron in the corner again, and he gives T-Jax a rear naked chokehold off of the second rope, and now another pinfall attempt. Instincts by T-Jax, still sharp enough to do that and get a hot tag to Technoid, and now Technoid is in the match for the first time. Snake Eyes to T-Ron, who counters his way out with an elbow, and now T-Ron gives Snake Eyes to Technoid, and now Technoid breaks his way out with an elbow. One hell of a sequence there as he whips T-Ron off of the ropes and catches him with a back full Nelson suplex. Technoid, the technician of the Techno-Jax, and T-Jack fancies himself more of a ground and pound style. Both gentlemen, when they are not competing as #1 contenders for the tag team championships, fall into the Aries God of War division and the Stormbreaker division, as the Anaconda Vice being applied on T-Ron by T-Jax. A lot of T's in this matchup. And the former Mad Hood champion T-Ron does not tap out. He breaks his way up out of it, whips T-Jax off of the rope and into a back full Nelson suplex. And now the sharpshooter, hold on, not the sharpshooter completely, tangles up the legs and then bounces T-Jack's face off of the canvas and goes for a pinfall attempt. And just like that, it's a wrap. Your dating coach is victorious over the Techno-Jax. You ladies will be celebrating tonight as your handsome hunks of humanity get a victory here in matchup #1. All right, party people, we getting ready and getting set for matchup #2 here in good old Allentown, Pennsylvania. We got two divas duking it out, and there's one of them right there, Marcella Morocco, going up against Disarray next on your Whoop Ass Wednesday.
This is Kivana Rossetti, and you're watching Frequency Pro Wrestling on Vic Vegas Game Station, the home where every view is viral.
All right, party people, the Hellas Hybrid division on display. The champion Marcella Morocco and Disarray are about to get in the ring and play today. And if you're just tuning in to the live stream, help us out with the free stuff.
The following contest is a submission match. Making her way to the ring from Wichita, Kansas, Izzy Ray.
Disarray in the building, are demented version of Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz. This would be Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz if she were ever locked inside of a psychiatric facility, tortured, and then escaped. Last time we saw her in action was in a play-in match for one of the last spots of the ladies' side of the Ladder Madness open contract briefcase match. And as you saw, she fell short, missing out on the opportunity to be in that matchup. 9 wins, 9 losses. And a former Hellas Hybrid champion to boot, going up against the current champion here in matchup number 2. The disgruntled one about to take on the top brass of the division. And here she is, your Hellas Hybrid champion, the magnificent one. Allentown, you are being blessed.
From Honolulu, Hawaii, the Extreme Zone Hardcore Women's Champion, Marcella Morocco.
Magnificent Marcella Morocco, 11 wins, 12 losses. Current title reign, 98 days. The one thing about the Hellas Hybrid division along with the Aries God of War division is that 100-day automatic clause, rematch clause, does not apply to their division. The rule for those two divisions is as long as you are in the top 7 in the ranking, you have a shot at a title shot. Out of those divisions, we are currently canceling the number 1 contenders matches for those divisions. Instead, as long as you are in that safe zone around between 7 and 2, you may be inserted into a multiple competitor matchup so you can have a gander at that title. In the words of a famous poet from the 1990s, pack it up, pack it in. Let us begin up in this piece. Marcella Morocco coming out on the offensive side of things first, as the last time these two hooked up back on the 14th on episode number 2 of Slugfest Saturday, Disarray got the better of the champion. In fact, ever since I ran, I featured Marcella as part of Vibrant Trends. She has been on a wishy-washy, up and down skid in regarding her record, as she is about 500 now right after her being featured on Vibrant Trends. Is that going to be a thing if I spotlight you on Vibrant Trends and you're trending upward? Will you eventually go downward like Disarray just did from that grab you by the jaw and throw you suplex, and Marcella's back in control? The champ looking primed and ready and definitely focused. And maybe that loss that she suffered at the hands of Disarray made her recalibrate her strategy, because she's definitely giving it to Disarray at this point of the matchup. Zeroing in on that spinal area of the disgruntled one who really needs to wake up and become a willing participant in this contest. As Marcella using everything at her disposal to try to put down Disarray. And she's doing it well up to this point. That European uppercut sent Disarray into the corner, and Marcella is there for a running European uppercut. And now into the far corner. And it looks like we are about to see a rear naked chokehold assisted by the second rope. A lot of that going on here in the early parts of the live stream. I guess if you take away your opponent's oxygen, you eventually open up a window for you to get a victory. And as I speak up, Disarray jumps up, and like the flip of a light switch, she is in control of the bout right about now as she looks to be in don't call it a comeback mode, and downs the champion. The crowd definitely on the side of Disarray here as she goes through her bag of tricks to try to put away Marcella Morocco. And as I always do, I jinx the person I'm talking good about, and they end up suffering a beatdown after I give them adulations and congratulations, man. Anyhow, Marcella Morocco dragging Disarray and going for that arm lock submission. Will the disgruntled one tap out of this one, or will this match continue? It looks like it's continuing as Disarray downs Marcella Morocco and whips her into the ropes and hits her with a combo. The champion definitely suffering at the hands of Disarray in this seesaw battle. Nobody declaring themselves a clear favorite, at least not yet in this one. Disarray, dazzling display of offense, and like I said before, the crowd is definitely pro Disarray here in Pennsylvania. They love them some Disarray. As she is back to setting up her offense on the champion, using the top rope to hit Marcella with a powerbomb, who lays flat in the center of the ring. And Disarray with her shot at issuing now a submission move to the champion. Marcella with a quick counter. Disarray releases the hold, and now it looks like Marcella drops Disarray to the canvas and back to an armbar on the disgruntled one, who rolls her way out of it again the same exact way she did earlier. And Marcella has to come up with a new strategy to try to put away Disarray. Can she do it? Or will she drop two in a row to Disarray? Marcella with a counter, dodging a move from Disarray, and ends up clotheslining her to the pavement. Marcella setting her up. Hold on a second, a quick counter by Disarray, almost suffering at the hands of Marcella Morocco as she almost hit her with that Samoan spike. But as I said before, this seesaw battle going back and forth, and just like that, Marcella is back in the forefront of this contest. Bang your head, Motley Crue style in the corner. And the champion looking like she is pulling ahead of Disarray in this contest. Another rear naked chokehold on the second rope. And now to the hammies of Disarray. Marcella looking to be in finish her off mode. Samoan drop to the disgruntled one. And the crowd is roaring as now they have switched to being pro. Marcella Morocco back to the arm of Disarray. She goes with a submission, gaining more leverage by putting her back into it, literally, and keeping Disarray all balanced as she goes from stem to sternum to try to put away the disgruntled one. And now a face wash, definitely inflicting pain on Disarray. And now Marcella Morocco hits her with the Samoan spike and back to the arm. What is with Marcella and trying to go for the arms of Disarray? Maybe she got mad in their last contest when Disarray was going toe-to-toe with her, hitting her with haymakers. Marcella Morocco once again with a military press slam, and now she is hell-bent on making Disarray tap as she completes her mission. Marcella Morocco over Disarray. Brand new arsenal of weaponry for the champion, going with the submission instead of the pinfall here in matchup number 2. Kudos to the Hellas Hybrid champion Marcella Morocco with an immaculate victory over Disarray. And as far as the future is concerned, our next matchup is a matchup between two gentlemen who have possessed the open contract briefcase from the male side, Charlie Race and Rufus. Next.
Are you ready to step into the ring and make your mark in digital wrestling? Don't miss this opportunity to be part of something big, something groundbreaking. Join us on this thrilling journey where every match is a step closer to your dreams. Are you ready to accept the challenge? Then step up, sign up, and show the world what you're made of. Sign up now at KCSA.com/roster spots. The spotlight awaits. Once again, that's KCSA.com/roster spots.
Due to time constraints, we are omitting the entrances to our next matchup. So enjoy our next contest.
Rufus from Station 6 takes on the King, Charlie Race.
Next on W.A.W Wednesday.
Alright, party people, you know what it is. And to tell you the truth, the King takes way too much time to come to the ring. So that's why we cut the entrances to matchup number 3 in our bottom of our mid card. These two gentlemen are out of the Stormbreakers division. And if you tuned in to last week's live stream, you know where Rufus sits as far as our roster. Oh, screw it. He is a brand new open contract briefcase carrier. And, of course, Charlie Race is a former briefcase carrier his damn self, as these two are battling it out. As we focus on Charlie. Charlie, one of the few veterans on our roster who has not held themselves a title, rather a tag team title or a solo title. But yet, Charlie continues to fight and try to put himself in the championship picture. But his competitor in this matchup is no slouch, as Rufus goes for a pinfall attempt, only a 1 count on the King, and the match continues. As I fumble through the halls of my mind, I'm trying to think. Rufus and maybe Mariska, who you'll see later on in action. Those are the only two that come to mind out of our veterans who have not had themselves a shot at championship title reigns. As Rufus again with a pinfall attempt, only a 1. Can't put the King away. At least not yet. Rufus 1/3 of Station 6. Generally, well, as of late, he has been in tag team bouts. And with this briefcase that he currently possesses, he may have himself another shot at a solo title. As an attempt for a fisherman's driver ends up in a small package, as the King almost stole one away from old Uncle Rufus. In fact, I'm checking over the upcoming events, and we haven't seen little Drewy in a while. No hide nor hair of him. And to the best of my knowledge, he has no injuries, so maybe we might have to bump a match or two to get little Drewy here in action for your W.A.W. Axe handle, and Charlie is definitely in control in this one as he hits Rufus with a gut wrist suplex. And now the King is going to the heights and coming down with a body splash on Rufus. Rufus definitely in dire straits and needs to turn it around if he wants to pick up a victory against the King here in this one. As Charlie with a running clothesline puts down Rufus, and the gentlemen decide to go outside of the safe space and enter in hard territory. Hold on a second. Hot sauce spilling from the gourd of Rufus as the King hits him with a knee drop right in that section that is leaking hot sauce. And Rufus is looking a tad bit stunned. Is he gonna channel his inner strength and do like others before him when they see their own blood? They come out with a victory as Charlie with a back suplex, bridge pin, and ices the victory over Rufus here in matchup number 3. Damn impressive victory by the King. Charlie Race making short work of the current open contract briefcase carrier Uncle Rufus from Station 6. All right, party people, this is the bottom of our mid card. The top is yet to come, where we have ourselves a good old number 1 contenders bout for the Fighting Furies Trios Championship, as the captains of Iron Covenant and Mood Swing, Tangy and Harnage, duke it out next.
DJ Soul Search production.
This is Mitch Vade, and you're watching Frequency Pro Wrestling on Vic Vegas Game Station, the home where every view is viral.
Eye Candy Academy didn't change me, it confirmed me.
This is Maddie Chatterbox encouraging you to hit the like man. They're only free $99. So once again, hit the like button to help our channel grow.
All right, party people. Top of the mid-card, and we're doing it like we did the last matchup, omitting the entrances due to time constraints up in this piece. Live and direct from Allentown, Pennsylvania. Thank you for having us in this #1 contenders bout between Tangy and Harnage. Both of these ladies captains of their squad. Harnage being the captain of Iron Covenant and Tangy being the captain of Mood Swings. Mood Swing, I'll keep putting the S on the end of that. Might as well be Mood Swings. 3 different personalities, polar opposites of each other. Birdie Lou, always chipper. Peachy King, the exact opposite of her name. And Tangy, the one that's always laid back and in control. But she's not in control right now, as Harnage is getting the better of her in the early going of this matchup. In fact, these two have a history with 1A number, dating all the way back to our first run of our Rookies Farm Works program. Harnage off of the top rope with an elbow down on Tangy and trying to put her away and send a message to the rest of the roster that she ain't playing around here tonight. Tangy finally waking up and putting a detour sign on that offense from Harnage and slowly working down the taller and more feisty Harnage, who comes back in an emphatic way and downs Tangy once again and takes control of this bout. Who do you think is going to win this contest? Let me know by helping us out with the poll question. Will Harnage harness a victory, or will Tangy take it home here in matchup number 4? Harnage with a haymaker that flattens Tangy, and Tangy is wondering what all this is for. Definitely gonna have to change her strategy in dealing with Harnage, as Harnage's attempt at a suplex was blocked by Tangy. And now Tangy gets one off of her own, and instead of staying on Harnage, she chooses to pander for the crowd. But yet and still she maintains control. I told you. Laid back attitude followed up with a side roundhouse kick. Only ended in a 1 count, fumbling my words. Action happening so swiftly, I could barely keep up. Tangy in the driver's seat and about to finish Harnage off. Only a 2 count in this one, my goodness. Tangy is probably thinking, what do I got to do to put away you? And it's definitely not that. You ain't gonna do that by missing with a top rope move on the likes of Harnage. Now Harnage going to every extreme to try to put Tangy away, as she is making an attempt to go for a diving body splash and connects with it, and Tangi definitely has the air taken out of her. With a move like that, Carnage high capping for the crowd and now looking to be in finish. Oh, Tangi mode as she is setting her up for a fireman's carry into a backdrop and goes for a pinfall attempt. Carnage over. Tangi, the number one contender to be next in line for the Fighting Furies captains. Carnage with the victory. And I'm shocked at how fast she finished off Tangi. Check it. Whether it be the captains going head to head or the lieutenants doing battle, there will be a Fighting Furies Trios Championship matchup at the Broadway Beatdown at the end of the month. KC Reed making his way into the building for his matchup coming up next as he takes on Taco in matchup number 5.
This is a DJ Soul Search production.
Yeah!
And the participants, first, from Kansas City, Kansas, weighing in at 242 pounds, KC Reed!
Back in the land of the living, literally. As the last time we laid eyes on him, he was on the losing end of a casket match, which sent him on a trip to the afterlife briefly, and he's back and said he is focused and ready to regain a spot which will put him in a position to get back his Zeus's Crown Championship. KC Reed here in Allentown. Is he up to the task?
And his opponent, from Gomez Palacio, Durango, Mexico, weighing in at 220 pounds, Rock Reyes!
Taco in the house here at matchup number 5, 24 wins, 12 losses. You saw his resume, and the last time we saw him in action, he was in a hard-fought battle with Alley Cat, but he came up on the losing end of that said matchup. In fact, Taco is in an uncharacteristic downslide as far as his wins and losses go. Is he gonna turn it around here with a gigantic victory over KC Reed, the former champ. We's about to find out here, Allentown, because it's going down. And you're going to see some high-flying aerial acts along with the ground and pound. KC Reed taking on Taco here just before we get into our main event. Referee Kim Lassiter overseeing the festivities, and if one of these men put their hands on her, they hold on a second. Hot sauce from Taco already. Damn. Nothing better than hot sauce on a taco, unless your name is Taco. And KC Reed goes for a pinfall attempt. 2 count. Like I was saying, whoa. If one of these men put their damn hands on my female referee, they are gone from the brand. Taco, out of nowhere with a swift move to try to get the momentum away from KC Reed, but Reed right back on him. And whips Taco out of the ring. Definitely serious in the early going here in this matchup. Reed perched up on the top turnbuckle, waiting on Taco to do something so he can hit him with a double axe handle in this Falls Count Anywhere matchup as he goes for a pinfall attempt. Still cannot put away the former Mad Hood champion, Taco, here in this one. Reed is definitely on point here tonight. He's come back with a vengeance. And he is laying the smack it down on Taco. And feeds him a bit of the steel steps and another pinfall attempt. 1 count this time. My goodness, Reed is definitely in rare form. Hold on a second as I jeff him up. Taco out of nowhere and goes for a pinfall attempt. These 2 men out of our Zeus's Crown Championship division, and you see why it is the cream of the crop of our brand here. Taco introducing a trash can into the fold. Will he get to use it? Hell no, says KC Reed as he throws Taco halfway across the ring and continues to put a beat down on him. There it goes again. Taco flips the tide and is going for the massive arms of KC Reed. Man, I tell you, just as soon as you talk good about one of the competitors, the other one comes back and flips the momentum meter in their favor. I told you, man. In these contests where the action is happening so fast, Spanish fly by Taco. I can't help but fumble my words as Taco goes for a pinfall attempt. 2 count only. And we are still in the building in this high-octane matchup, which is matchup number 5. Taco grabbing the trash can that he brought into the ring. And yes, he does use it first on KC Reed. But Reed shaking him up for his wishy-washy swinging neck breaker and goes for a pinfall attempt. Still only a 2 count, these gentlemen. I hate to see this one end, but it's like the Bengals versus the Browns. Somebody's got to win. As a bump handle slam well executed by KC Reed, and we find ourselves back outside of the ring where these gentlemen can do their thing. Kudos to Kim Lassiter, who seems to be staying her distance from these gentlemen as they battle it out. Pinfall attempt by Reed. And just like that, it's a wrap. KC Reed with a win on his return to the brand.
Here is your winner, KC Reed.
Woo! Like Ric Flair, big baby. One hell of a contest by KC Reed here tonight. Hold on a second. What is this? The Brown fan here. Uh-oh. The Brown Phantom issuing out a challenge to KC Reed. And it's simply stated, I will see you at the Broadway Beatdown. Whatever the hell that means. Anyhow, we get ready and we getting set as we see Mariska warming up for her triple threat battle next against Zayna and Jay Quinn in our main event. Stay tuned.
This is Real Talk Rita, and we are having a sale. Today's likes are free, so do our channel a solid and hit the like man.
This is Zoned Out Ziggy from the Eye Candy Academy. And when life dropkicks your dreams, remember this.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am your hospitable host chiming in. We on the pay the rent grind, and it's main event time again. And thank you for rolling with us if you have been rolling with us throughout this live stream. What we got coming up next is a triple threat matchup out of our ISIS Elemental division. Jay Quinn, the clear-cut #1 contender, takes on two competitors that are bidding for positioning in the same division, Mariska and Zayna. Set to square it off before we get up out of Allentown, Pennsylvania.
This is a DJ Soul Search production.
The following is a triple threat match. And the participants, first from Moscow, Russia,
Mariska clocking in for duty here in Allentown. The first competitor to make her way to the ring, and the last time she was on the time clock, she didn't do so well against the current ISIS Elemental champion, Sarah Carter. Is she gonna bounce back as she comes in at 17 wins and 17 losses? One of the few remaining veterans on our roster who have yet to taste a title here on the brand. But I guarantee you within the next 6 months or so, the big woman may be rocking that ISIS Elementals title currently held by Sarah Carter. I have faith in her. Plus, you know that she is actually the apple of my eye, right? Alright. I love me a big, tall woman. Anyway, Mariska, getting ready and set, looking focused as ever. And about to get down with two competitors in this triple threat matchup. Can she get back to her winning ways here tonight in this one? As the odds may be against her because this is a one and done contest. No elimination style in this one.
This is a DJ
Sudden deletion, big baby.
And her opponents, first from Las Vegas, Nevada, Jay Quinn.
Jay Quinn, the clear-cut #1 contender, 21 wins, 29 losses. You saw her resume. And last week, she was in a bout with Sarah Carter to determine what type of matchup they will have for their championship bout. And she came up a little bit flat in that one. But earlier tonight, she interrupted a promo from Sarah Carter. Is this a warning? Or is she actually trying to be friends with the champion? Psychological warfare? Or an olive branch being extended by the number one contender? Who knows how that's going to play out? And the third competitor to make her way into this contest, all the way from Brazil, one half.
From Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Cinda!
One half of Amazon Ascension. And the last time we saw her at the end of April, where she got a victory over Olivia Emerson, put her on the shelf for a couple of weeks. 14 wins and 9 losses, and you saw all the titles that she's had under her command while being on the brand. And there's something going on behind the scenes with her as she is looking to step out of in-ring competition for a bit. Simply put, she's thinking about trying her hand at managing wrestlers on the brand. Nothing definite yet, just a whisper. But when we get that information, we will let you know as to what Zayna is about to do here in the future. Mariska, J. Quinn, and Zayna all out of the ISIS Elementals division. And the bell tolls. And everybody, looks like everybody concentrating on the big woman first. As Zayna takes her down with the leg scissors, Frankensteiner style, and into the arms of J. Quinn. Hold on a second, a counter by Zayna, and immediately she is hit by the big woman. Mariska about to get down with J. Quinn, but Zayna intervened for a second to break it up, and now Mariska has her turn to bring Zayna to reality by dropping her to the canvas. J. Quinn, the longest member out of this one. She's been with us since the inception, back in the day when we were XL Wrestling. And before we transformed, or should I say, before we discovered our frequency. Drop kick by J. Quinn down Zayna, and now she gets to concentrate on the big woman, which seems to be the biggest threat out of this one. Ugh, man, I get excited when Mariska gets into the ring. I lose my cool. I get the fumbling all over everywhere like a grade school boy who has a crush on the tall girl in his class. And speaking of the tall woman, she is definitely doing damage between both competitors here in this one. As I asked the question before, can she get back to her winning ways in this Sutton Elite style? We shall see. But if J. Quinn has anything to say about it with moves like that, it's going to be a long day for Mariska, who is now concentrating on Zayna, and bangs her head in the corner, only to be caught by J. Quinn. Trap arm, powerbomb on the big woman. And now J. Quinn is the only one left standing in the ring. And now she goes out and breaks up a potential attack by Zayna, who was wielding a kendo stick. And now Mariska has a kendo stick and was wielding it momentarily, but Zayna, with a combination of kicks and puts down Mariska. No usage of that weapon by Zayna as Jay Quinn intervenes and stops her. And now the #1 contender with a miss. And Zayna is there to capitalize off of the mistake of the veteran Jay Quinn. Back into the ring, Zayna and Jay Quinn go! And a big splash off of the rope by Zayna on Jay Quinn. But Mariska comes in and clubs Zayna, but Jay Quinn is immediately there to issue out some punishment on one half of Amazon Ascension, only to be caught with a neck breaker by Mariska. And now once again, Mariska giving it to both competitors here in our main event. What more can you ask for? Divas duking it out before we get out after turning it out. Mariska wielding a baseball bat and is snatched from her by Jay Quinn. And now Jay Quinn uses it to chop down the giant Mariska. As Zayna Cole clubs the #1 contender and a backwards moonsault on her. And Jay Quinn is looking a tad bit woozy right about now. Weapons being wielded by wicked women as another kendo stick in the hands of Zayna that does not get to be utilized by her. What's this? Electric chair drop by Mariska, who is then caught by Zayna and thrown back into the ring. Man, I'm telling you, every time you hit one, you better be looking for another one coming. As it looks like Mariska is about to hit Zayna with the pedigree and go for a pinfall attempt. Jay Quinn there to break up the ending of this match. As a roundhouse kick straight up flattens Mariska, and Jay Quinn is in control, or at least in control of Mariska at the moment. But hold on a second, Zayna off of the top rope and has swung the momentum in her favor, hitting Jay Quinn with a backstabber and going for it. Still have ourselves a contest here. Yes, I'm telling you, this one is for your money if you are just tuning in at this time. And help us out with the engagement by answering which diva will bring this one home. Will it be Jay Quinn, the #1 contender, Mariska, or the lady that just banged the head of Mariska into the corner, Zayna? I'm telling you, the crowd is loving this contest between these three divas. At times it seems like it's only two of them, as one competitor is out of the ring and two are on the inside duking it out. As Mariska coming down with an elbow on Zayna, immobilizing her, and now Jay Quinn with another shot at Mariska and hitting her with an X Factor and trying to put a capper on it, but Zayna is there to stop Jay Quinn. Mariska cannot cut a break in this one. And speaking of break, Zayna breaks a kendo stick over the head of my beloved big woman, my Brienne of Tart Mariska, as Zayna goes to put this one away. Still a matchup of near falls as these ladies are battling it out before we get up out. A counter by Mariska stalls Zayna, and it looks like she's gonna taste another pedigree from Mariska and goes for a pinfall attempt. Jay Quinn shaking the cobwebs out of her head in time enough to break up that pinfall attempt. Yowza! Out the ring, Mariska goes, and Zayna catches Jay Quinn with a running neck breaker as Mariska perching herself on the top rope and brings both ladies down with her axe handle. And now, Mariska in finisher mode, but Jay Quinn with the counter and downs the big one. Man! Absolutely awesome is this matchup. I didn't think it was going to be this intense when I booked it. But it is definitely worth the price of admission. Now Mariska zeroing in on Zayna. A shoulder block. Downs the beautiful Brazilian. And Mariska setting her up for a rope lariat. She better watch her back because Jay Quinn is lurking and looking like she wants to get something in. And she does, and the victim looks to be Zayna. As a couple of bows to the back, and the setup off of the rebound of the ropes. Roundhouse down Zayna as Jay Quinn goes for the pinfall attempt. And just like that, party people would say, rap Jay Quinn over everybody else in this one. Jay Quinn maintaining her #1 contender's moniker as if she was gonna lose it if she lost. Anyhow, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Whoop Ass Wednesday. I am elated at the action that took place in this matchup. And don't forget, it's going down this time next week. In fact, we got 5 Wednesdays in this month alone, which means, yes, 5, count them, 5 episodes of Whoop Ass Wednesday in the month of July, party people. And do me a favor after this live stream, help us out in the comment section by adding your opinion as to which matchup was the best matchup of tonight's card. Anyway, mad love to everybody that stopped by and everybody that's gonna catch this on the replay. And we get ready to hit y'all with a closing promo, and then it's on to the outro, big baby. Until then, we will see you in the near future. Peace.
If you survive.
And thank you for tuning in to tonight's episode of Whoop Ass Wednesday here on the Freak Wrestling channel. And dig this, you know we're the home where every view is viral because we are not entitled to your viewership, but when you give it to us, it is deeply appreciated. And before we get up out of here, remember that every day above ground is a good day because you are here on the planet, able to fight through all of your adversities and create yourself a brand new reality in this effed up world that we living in. And isn't it a effed messed up world that we living in, seriously, with all the BS that's going down. Anyhow, mad love to everybody that stopped by and everybody that's gonna catch this one on the replay. And we will see you this time next week, live and direct from Louisville, Kentucky, big baby. Peace. Good night, Allentown.